Hi, Soumya. Can you hear me?
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So we'll start with the today's class. In the previous class, we have seen two different types of fields, or let's say relationship fields, which are like master detail and lookup. So, where we have covered what are the important aspects we have to consider before going with any type of field, whether we want to choose lookup relationship field or whether we have to choose the master data relationship field. So, we have seen what are the criterias that we need to consider while choosing these fields, and we have implemented them as well. And we have seen uh, a challenge, or let's say trial head module I have sent you to complete. Now, so if you have any questions in that, let me know, because whatever the next topic I am going to start, that is dependent on the master data relationship which we have talked in the last class. So if you have no questions, I can move ahead.
I
Can
have
I?
no questions.
Okay. So in this class file, we will cover junction object and formula fields. Okay, then we will cover roll up summary fields. So junction object is a special kind of like a relationship object we're gonna create to have many to many relationships. So what is many to many relationships, why we are creating junction objects in salesforce, we will understand. Then we will see formula fields. Formula fields are like a minimal or no code fields, okay, where we'll write some logic, and the field will work according to that logic or a small code snippet. Then we will understand roll up summary fields. This is like a formula field only, but it is applicable on the like a master detail relationship. So what is roll up summary fields, how we can create, so we'll see them as well. So now let us start understanding this thing. One second. Hmm. Now let's say we have two objects. Okay, let's say we have two objects. One object, okay, the first object is job position. Okay, now we are considering our institution example only, where we already have what are the objects we have in our trial head like a playground. Now student object, course object, then we have also seen what are the other objects we have seen. So do you remember what are all the objects we have seen? See,
I think
yeah, courses, okay, mock interviews, and students. We have these three objects. Okay, so in these three objects only, we have like a what we say lookup relationship example. Okay, and master detail relationship example. Okay, what is master detail? Whenever there is a like a tied bond should be there between two objects, then we'll go for master detail. That means whenever the parent gets deleted, the child needs to be deleted or reparented. So there should be tight coupling between this master and the detail. Now, now let's say we have a job position and a candidate. So student itself, we are not writing. Now we are creating one more object called as candidate. Okay, what object? Candidate. The other object is job position. Now a single job position, okay, single job. Let's say we have Salesforce admin as a job position. Then for this one job, there may be many candidates, right? Let's say Surabhi and Soumya, Shruti. So these three are applying for this one job. That is possible. Okay. You are filing a application. You are filing a application. Okay. For this one job. Suppose let's say another job, Salesforce developer. There is another job, agentforce administrator. So you all are again applying to these jobs also. Okay. So like this, what is happening here? If I clear it and show you clearly, we have many to many relationship. Okay, what is meant by many to many relationship? For job A, B, C, there are candidates. Okay, there are candidates who are applying. Okay, who are applying to both the jobs like this. A single job position can be applied by multiple candidates, and multiple a single candidate can apply to multiple jobs. So this is a many to many relationship we say. Why? Because now let's say in the previous example, student and course. Okay, from student, a student can choose only one course. Yes, multiple students can choose like a single course. That is possible. But a student choosing multiple courses is not possible. Yes or no? One student choosing multiple courses was not possible because I haven't created such relationship. What I have done, from the student to the course, I have created, okay, from the student to the course, I have created a master detail relationship, let's say. Okay, or I think it was a lookup relationship. So what was happening? From the student, I was able to select the from the student, I was able to select the course, one course. I- is there was an option to select multiple courses? No, right?
Mm.
See, if I go to student, just a minute. Yeah, so if I go to Raghu, I was able to I'm able to select one course at a time. But two courses, if I want to enroll, there was not a option. There is no option for me. Similarly, if a candidate want to apply to multiple jobs with a normal lookup relationship or master data relationship, a single candidate can apply to only one job. But I want to make a many to many relationship possible. A single candidate can apply to multiple jobs, or a single job can be applied by the multiple candidates. So that is possible when, okay, that is possible when we have another object called job application. Let's say we have another object. Okay, we have another object called job application. Okay, job application. Let's say job application. This is another object now. This itself is another object. So what this object will do? This object will be the child for job position object and child for candidate object. In what relationship? Master detail relationship. Master detail relationship. So what happens now when a candidate, okay, when a candidate is applying to any job position, okay, any job position, a job application record will be created. Okay, what happens when a candidate is applying to any job position? So there will be a record created in which object? Not here, not here. Where it will be created record? In the job application object. So there will be a record that will be created in the job application object. That record will tell, that record will have information which job position this record is pointing to and who applied to that job position, because this record is a child for candidate and child for job position. Okay, so I'll show it in the next slide. It will be very easy to understand. Can you see it here? Yeah. So yeah, we have the another example which I have showed now. Okay, which I talked about. I have a student object. I have a batch or let's say course. Okay, a student wants to join for two classes or two courses, or let's say student want to join for two batches. Let's say batch, this was a previous example I have taken in the previous classes. So let's say batch or course here. Okay, now there will be student batch junction object. So whenever a student is applying or registering for two courses, what happens? A record will be created. In which object the record will be created? Student batch junction object, the record will be created. Now this record will store the information of which batch, okay, which batch the student is talking about, okay, and which student, okay, this batch is enrolled by, okay, and there will be a id of this record. So so this is how if a single student want to apply for multiple jobs or multiple courses you want to enroll, or each course can accumulate more number of students, or each job position can be applied by multiple students. So that kind of many to many relationships we will use which object? Junction object. This object, this is a special object. This is normal, we'll create normally only, but what we will do, we will make, okay, we will make this object, okay, we'll make this object a child, a child to student, a child to batch, means this have both two parents. This junction object which we are going to create in any scenario will be having two parents. Okay, that parents will be in a relationship with the help of this special object. This will be a junction for these two objects to talk to each other or to maintain a relationship. Okay, they can't be in the direct relationship. Direct relationship means what? One student can apply to one course only, the other student can apply to one course, but one student can't apply to multiple courses in a direct master degree relationship. So to avoid that, to have many to many relationship, a single student can enroll to multiple courses or multiple batches here example, or a single batch can be enrolled by multiple students. So that kind of scenario we'll use this junction object. So we have two example here. One is, okay, one is job application. A single job position can be applied by multiple candidates, or multiple candidates a single candidate can apply to multiple jobs. We say junction, this as a junction. Okay, this as a junction. Clear?
Yes.
um, let's see the junction object in practical. go to trial head. We will create two objects now. Okay, we'll create two objects. Or let's create only one object. Student is there already. Student, I want to enroll to multiple batches. Okay, now let's say you are here and you are going to enroll in what 78 batch and 8 to 9 batch. Let's say batches are like this. So you want to enroll for two batches. So both are into sales, one course only, Salesforce admin and agent force course. Let's say. Now let me create a first batch object. We'll go to setup. In the setup, we'll go to object manager. Let's click on create it. Batch, batches, batch and batches. So that's it. Done. We'll click on save. We'll select the tab appearance, then click on next. So you have a object called badge now. Okay, yeah, you have an object called badge now. Now what I'll do, I'll go to Salesforce sales page, then look for the badges. I'll hard refresh. No, I didn't get that. So what I need to do, I need to add it, right? Let me add it. Control. Where is the pencil icon? Yeah, batches. I got it now. Let me pull it here. Now I will say morning 7 to 9, 7 to 8 batch. Okay, batch name is 7 to 8. Now again I'll go and create another batch. Morning 8 to 9. Save and new. Evening 6 to 8. So how many batches we have? Three batches. Okay, how many batches we have? Let's say three batches. Now, let's say there is a student, Sakshi. She wants to enroll for three batches. She wants to enroll for three batches. How can I do that? So if I create any like a lookup relationship between this student and that batch, what would happen? Similarly, I can have an option to choose only one record, right? One batch I can join. But what was my requirement? I have to join to multiple batches. Okay, I have to join to multiple batches. So, and each batch can contain multiple students. Okay, each batch can contain multiple students. So, how I can do that? Just go to again setup. Okay, there is already setup open for us. Okay, in this setup, again go to object manager. Now, again create one more object. That object name, let's say student batch enrollment. Okay, same student underscore batch underscore enrollment. Oh, sorry, this was a plural form, right? Student batch enrollments. Okay, now this will not have a tab. This is this one no need a tab. We if we want we can create a tab for the junction object, but the junction object should not need a tab because junction object is not a special type of object where we have its own fields or something. We are creating a junction object to maintain a relationship between two other objects, so we have to treat that as a single field or a relationship field only, we have to assume, not a special object. Again, we can go on create multiple fields in the junction object, that we should not consider. So in that scenario, what I can do is I will not create a tab. What happens if you won't create a tab? I can't see it in this tabs. Okay, if you create a tab only, then only I can see it here. If you don't create a tab for any object, okay, if you don't create tab for any object, that can't be seen here. Okay, now let me go here. I am not creating a tab for this special object called as junction object, which is acting as a junction between the student and the batch objects. So click on save. Now what is the next step? This junction object should be child for which two objects? Student objects and a batch object. Because for this two, I want to create a relationship. That's the reason I'm using the another object here. Now go to, yeah, fields and relationship in the student batch enrollment object, which we are treating as a junction object. Create a new field, select master detail relationship. See, we know this. Where we'll create master detail? In the child only. Child means detail. Now related to which object? So which object the parent? What are the parents for this student batch enrollment? Student and the batch. So first I'll go with student. So clicking on next. Clicking on next. Click save and new. Now master detail relationship again. Next. Now batch. Save it. So I created master detail relationship here with the batch and with the student. Okay. Now let us see it in the schema builder. So in the schema builder, that will be very easy to understand, right? Student batch, student batch enrollment. Clear?
Yes.
So now the student batch enrollment is an object which is acting as a mediator or a junction between two other objects. This is a master data relationship from the student batch enrollment junction object to the student and to the batch. Now let's go to the batch. Okay, let's go to the batch. Actually, there was a small mistake that was done. This this kind of objects should not have a name field. See, batch means there will be name field, right? Name where we need to enter. So what will enter for the junction? If a student is applying for the, if a student is applying for any batch, you are suppose now you are Soumya, you are applying for morning batch and evening batch. So there is no name can be given to your relationship field, right? That should be auto number. We say auto number. I'll tell you, wait. If I'm going to this, I get a batch number. Okay, batch number. Now, batch name. Now, if I am going to create a relationship, okay, relationship between student and batch, so that should be auto number. ID should be there for that particular data, for that record, not a name. Okay. Now, what I can do is go to setup again, edit that field, student batch enrollment, fields and relationship. Yeah, name field is there. This is a text field. We'll change it to auto number. Yeah. So auto number, student batch enrollment ID, let's say, display format, student batch enrollment. No display will appear to new record. Additional records will be, yeah. I didn't create any fields yet, no, any records. So let me create here one. Sorry, its starting number is one. Save it. Now this is this name field, whatever the name field we have, it's an auto number. Auto number means whenever we create a relationship between two objects, a record will be created. That record will not have a name, but a ID will be having a sequential ID, like
It's like
SB1, SB2,
auto-populated.
SB1, SB2. Yeah, auto populated. We no need to create it. Let's go to this one. Let's go to student now. Yeah, let's go to students and go to Sakshi. Let's say let's create a new. Hmm. Still, there is a like a, I mean, it is not coming yet. Let's wait 2 minutes. See, student batch enrollment, we got it now. Click on new. So, which batch the student needs to enroll for? Evening 6 to 9. Kalyan is enrolling for 6 to 9. A record is created which shows the student, okay, and the batch. See, this is what the auto populated. I didn't create this ID. I told it a auto number, so this ID got created. So what it says, this record, this SB record in this special object student batch enrollment says the information between two objects. From the student object, Kalyan is enrolled to the batch 6 to 9. Now let me go to again student. Let's open Kalyan. Click on new. Morning 8 to 9. So now to one says I am into 8 to 9 batch. The other says I am into 6 to 8 batch. So this is how we take the help of like master data relationship and the object and create a special object called junction object, which will not have a tab by itself, but it will have the like a record creation capabilities, okay, where you can go to this related list and click on new so that your records will be created. Now let me go to Sakshi. Now Sakshi also want to join the two batches, let's say 6 to 8, and again let's say morning 7 to 8. If I go to batches, where is the batch here, batches, and open any batch 6 to 8. Now click on related. How many students, how many like enrollments I have? Two enrollments. One is from Sakshi, the other is from Kalyan. So here the concept which we were talking about, like one student, okay, like one student, one, sorry, yeah, one student can apply to multiple batches. One batch can have multiple students. This concept is clear, right? This concept we have implemented. A batch, a batch of people will have the I mean, let's say a single batch can be enrolled by multiple students, or let's say a single student can apply to multiple batches. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is about junction object. So I'll share the list of questions. So where you will access. Uh, oh, just a minute. I'll create the article for you on the junction object. Just a minute. I'm going to assign a assignment for you. Hmm. So we have an article here. So what is junction object? Okay, what is anatomy of the junction object? To master detail relationship, no primary custom field, inherit security. So what is deletion behavior? And we have real world examples inside the Salesforce student and courses, like what we have seen now, projects and resources. So what would be the real time interview questions on junction object and the scenario based questions. So this all we have it now. I'm gonna share this. Okay, clear, clear.
Yes.
Yeah. If you have any questions, let me know. Along with this, okay, you also need to go to Trailhead module where you will be having. Yeah. So there is a junction object. Just give me a minute. Yeah. This if you complete this one, create a custom object for reviews. These all. This will have the information about the junction object for job postings. Just now we have seen, right? Job posting and a candidate. So if you go to this one, let me share this module with you. This you do it as a like a project kind of thing where you will create multiple objects and establish a relationship between those objects. Okay, we have junction object, we have sales relationship. Those all we have. Or you can use this article and complete the examples like student and course, like that. Okay, any questions? No, right?
Hmm.
Okay, we'll meet in a next class. And for your info, Soumya, Wednesday will be the starting of this. Okay, we will complete the data model. Then I'll start the programming concept. Okay.
Okay.
So more two different things are to be covered. One is formula fields and roll-up summary fields. The other one is validation rules. If we complete this now, so we are good with the data model of the Salesforce objects, fields, and everything. Then we can start the programming where we'll talk about these into the programming as well. Okay.
Okay.
So Wednesday will be starting. Maybe in the morning only we are thinking because evening a few of the candidates couldn't join. So I'll inform it by tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.